Well, I can say this now because it just happened and it was so fantastic. That was the first time we played through without stopping. It's all about those afternoon snack breaks. I think that's what, wow, okay. Fantastic. Thank you all so much. All right. I almost need a minute because that was extraordinary what they just did. Okay, so in your program, please take a look right here. Let's get to know this band real quick. So would you please stand, and then if you're a percussionist, you could just hold up your hand, please. If you're a freshman, so go ahead and stand up, or hold your hand up if you're percussion, if you're a freshman. Let's give them a big hand. That's huge. If you're a sophomore, go ahead and stand up. Thank you. If you're a junior, go ahead, stand up. Thank you. And a senior, go ahead and stand up if you're a senior. Thank you, that's wonderful. And then also one other item I want to highlight. If you were in last year's honor band, go ahead and stand up. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, our next selection will be a little easier on the ears. That was such a huge part, that Olympiada with Samuel Hazo. Now we shift to Salvation is Created, and I think this selection fits so well in this space. That first one was very big. And wait for the last one too. It's going to be really interesting, but Salvation is Created, a beautiful selection. Let's hear it. So I look back on the day to start at 9 a.m. and this wide assortment of schools, so many talents all coming together. It's kind of a miracle of a day to say, by the day's end, we're going to have a public concert. So I think it's just incredible what they did today. And of course, they didn't just wake up and suddenly be able to play all of this music and play the instruments to the excellent level that they do. They've had a lot of support, a lot of training with this. So I first want to recognize the parents or maybe grandparents that have been supporting them. Would you please stand up if you're a parent or grandparent who supported their musical work? Let's give them a big hand. And of course, their band director. Now, I have a few interesting stories about a couple of those band directors that I want to share now, and then a couple just a little bit later. The first is, I want to just recognize the Cleveland High School band director. An interesting connection here, but yes, oh yeah. Oh, and I see him right here. So many years ago, some young college student showed up on this campus not knowing much about jazz at all. And this guy has such a love and passion for music and showed me that joy with jazz and that you can take risks in that form of music and improvise. And that I'm so thankful for, and has continued to be such an amazing supporter of the work done here at Bethany. So I want to thank you, Mr. Hermanson. So let's give him a big hand. I'm going to wait to recognize the second director and just take certainly a moment to recognize all of the band directors here that have helped do this excellent thing today, help train them, do wonderful work in music. Would all of the band directors please take a moment and stand up and be recognized? Please. Thank you. So this second director, when I finished college, then I had to do some student teaching. And I got paired up with this guy who, he's like singing with the band and stuff. And he's like, do this, do that. I'm like, who is this guy? Well, I mean, he is so incredible as a director, so clearly understanding of the musical craft, and showed me the power of the human voice as an instructional tool in band of all places. Was so incredibly patient with me, taught me so much. So it is only fitting that our guest conductor is Mr. Peter Gebson. Please welcome him.
Well, good evening, and thank you, Ben, for asking me to come conduct the honor band tonight. I don't normally get nervous doing these kind of things, but like 30 seconds before the concert, he comes over and he goes, "You're gonna say a few things, right?" And I said, "Well, I hadn't planned on it. That wasn't part of the agreement." And he said, "Well, you got to say a few things." So I am going to say a few things. I have been fortunate enough to know Professor Faugstad for 17 years, and yes, he was paired up with me as my student teacher, and then after that, we were also very fortunate we could stay close friends because he was hired at the nearest school district to me right across the border in Iowa, helped him for several years with the marching band there, and then we both have moved on to other places since then. But just to give you an idea of how long just to illustrate a 17-year friendship, what happens during that time, and there's a lot of stories, and I won't tell them to you, but they're great stories. And when we first met, I had two children that were 8 and 5, and he had 0 children. And now you have 4 children. My children, one is a senior at Bethany Lutheran College here. One of them is married and has a 7-year-old daughter who's my granddaughter. All that happened in 17 years. So a lot can happen in 17 years. And when he took this job at Bethany, after being here a couple of years, he contacted me. And how long have you been here? Is it 9? 9 years. And I think it was after your first year or your second year, he contacted me and said, I want to do a high school honor band, like many colleges do. Should we do this? And I said, yeah. And so here we are. How many did you have the first year in the honor band? 38 in the honor band this year, and I think that's probably double that number this year. So just an incredible amount of work on his part to put this together. I'm going to wrap up what I'm going to say because you didn't come here to hear me. Raise your hand if you came here to hear me talk. That guy right there. All right, thank you. Thanks for coming. So Boardwalk Casey's a piece I stumbled across about 4 years ago with the Glencoe Silver Lake Concert Band. We actually ended up playing it right here and played it later that year with the composer who came in from California to work with the band on that piece. It's a great, fun piece of music, but I never knew who Boardwalk Casey is or what it was. He explained it to us when he came. He said, Boardwalk Casey is that guy on every college campus who doesn't go to class and just walks down the sidewalk with a guitar. Do they have this guy here? A guitar strapped to his back and just sits in the grass and plays to impress girls. That's what he does. He doesn't really go to class. So, do you have one here? That's great. All right. Thank you. All right. I think it's time to go.
we're to our final selection. Just before this, I have a few things to highlight in the program, and please take this with you. On the inside front cover, bottom corner, if you've got some feedback for me, some questions, please reach out to me. I do check my email and reply. Yeah, all right. Also, next year, the honor band date is November 14th. That's 2026. And then over to the next page, bottom, there's some QR codes there. One is you can check out information about our fine arts program here. And then over on the side, 2 times a semester, I put together a newsletter. Anybody can sign up for that, so then you can get to know this program here at Bethany. And then on the back page, Christmas at Bethany is coming up really quick for us. So we have a series of concerts, December 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So earlier this afternoon, this band had an opportunity to hear our college band perform, and we played one of the selections for that concert. It is quite the grand concert that features 5 of our ensembles. So it's our band, our choir, a women's choir, our orchestra, and a handbell choir. So we have 5 ensembles, and we just kind of bring them in, and they perform and then cycle and head back out. So I very much encourage you to come on back to campus and check out Christmas at Bethany. You can see the information there to get tickets. And then also on the side of that page, the scholarships that we offer at Bethany, or specifically music scholarships. So take a look at that. The deadline is November 25th. That's a priority deadline. And then the final one is January 31st. So just please take this program with you and check that information out. So before Octavius, I do want to share that just really an encouragement to check out more about this college. This is my 9th year, as you heard. Prior to here, I taught middle school, high school band at Lake Mills, Iowa. But I would love to speak with you more about this place. If they can achieve all of this in one day, can you imagine what they can achieve working day after day? And the enthusiasm and the energy that I put into today, I aim to do that every day with all the ensembles that I work with, and to take absolute care of everyone. So I just really encourage you to check out more about Bethany Lutheran College. So I referenced Lake Mills. This is another director I do want to highlight. So this is Mr. Sletton. So what's interesting is when I accepted the job at Bethany, then he taught at Lake Mills, and it was so amazing for me to see that excellent work that he did the moment that he entered the school at Lake Mills, and he taught there for 4 years, and then now is doing assisting work, or he's training to be a principal right now. But I know he's here, but I'm not sure where. There he is. He's up in the balcony, but I just want to thank you. And he taught a sectional today for the percussion too, so could you give him a big hand? So. And the one other director, and it's kind of it's wild, you know, that, well, I'm teaching college, so what, a high school director? No, these high school directors are amazing. And I've learned so much from so many of them, and they continue to be so supportive. And that other director is Wayne Liu. So many years back, when I started teaching at Lake Mills, this guy was like, you know, you should really write music. And you should also find ways to perform and not just teach. You should do all of those things. Then that makes you complete as far as somebody in that profession. So he was very encouraging, and he loved Samuel Hazo, so I'm sure he really enjoyed hearing Olympiada. But I'm so thankful to have those mentors throughout the profession. And let's give him a big hand. Where is he? He's right here. Thank you. So a few days ago, he says, hey, with Octavius, what if you added a repeat? And then what if you wrote this really cool concert tom part? And then I said, okay. So then we just did that. We added a repeat, and then yesterday morning, I wrote a concert tom part. So you're going to hear Octavius, the new version of it, right now. So thank you all so much for coming this afternoon. Thank you guys so much for your excellent work. Here's Octavius. That's all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.